Yeah. What up? What up? What up? How's the vibes today? Hope y'all chilling. It's been an interesting week, interesting month. Oh, fucking interesting year, to be honest. But yo, what shit? I'm gonna be gaming today with my bro Soloichi. What up? What up?
What's going on, bro?
Chilling, chilling. Finally, I think it's gonna let me play. I think it's finally gonna let me play. I'll wait for you to send the party invite again. Joining. Yo.
Right now, bro.
So yeah, we chilling. We about to party up, have some fun.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Copy. Let me make sure my live is live so that I can actually stream it live. Why does it say Spider-Man brand new day? That is not what we're doing on YouTube. What? That shit should have been changed. I'm mad if it didn't change. It says Spider-Man brand new day on everything. It's funny. What the fuck was the thing? Oh yeah, it's strategy. So I just gotta rename my live because it was not accurate. Even though let's go to the piece of content then, shall we? Wait, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I went to YouTube and I'm looking at myself. That's hilarious. I meant to go to Twitch. Oh yeah. I gotta reload some of these, unload some of these things. Cause I gotta pull the stream off of Twitch. Is it me that you're waiting for?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it ready, zero, ready up? Is zero build is what you were playing? I'm sorry, what were you playing?
We're playing Reload. We're gonna be in the Springfield. This is gonna kind of a.
Oh, okay. Zero build though, right? Or do you want to play with builds?
Yeah, zero build. Yeah, zero build.
That's what I was saying.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you don't want to play zero build. You can switch. It doesn't matter to me.
Go back and forth. I'm still getting used to it. Excuse me. Oh shit. That dinner was good, bro.
Wow.
See if I have any audio here.
Like I have a TV show on Fox TV, and then because we did some research.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they have the live channels on Roku?
Mm-hmm.
I just gotta set it up properly.
Oh, now I know what I can do. Copy. I'm about to get on the mic, on the head piece. I got a splitter, and I just realized I can split it between the mic and the headphones,
Nice.
which is smarter than splitting it between them. So then I could talk to you on the joint, you know what I mean? Ooh, problem. I know. It's one of those things we watch all the time when I was a kid. You jump?
Oh shit, right near Krusty Burger.
That's definitely not gonna work. My splitter's too short.
I don't know time better than my own damn time.
My splitter's too short. I'm slow rolling to you as I figure this shit out.
Well, good, bro. I just ate a Krusty Burger.
How does it taste? Crusty ass burgers.
Oh, well, I got shot.
I can tell. I can tell. I can tell by the. I still need to switch my wires up.
Killed me. Wow. There's reload, so you can reload twice.
Yeah, you can come back twice. I know it's some wild shit they put in here.
Yeah,
I got somebody on me.
I got you, bro.
Hold on, I need a gun. Oh, no gun.
I got you, bro. I'm trying to chase. I'm gonna chase someone.
I see you, Alan. Calm down. Breathe, bro. Breathe. Slurp. Get rid of this fucking. You need slurp? Here, I got some. Slurp cans. What's the map look like? Keep collecting. Take it. I can't. How come I can't take it?
You can't take it?
I can take it, but isn't it supposed to go into my Y? Oh, it's different.
Special,
what is that?
sprites in here that you get a capture. One of them is the John Wick sprite. You cannot use it in here, but you can capture it. It's like a special edition. I don't know what it is, but I already got it in John Wick. I'm moving by the way.
I'll copy.
Put my chainsaw in my hand like I dare some motherfucker. I will cut you. I will chop.
Oh, I almost fucked that up. You having fun out there? I found another legendary pickup.
Legendary what?
Legendary pickup.
Not like.
Oh, blue chest. Hello. Nice.
There's so much shit.
Oh, yeah. You got him or? No, it's like there's no need to rush. Get your shit ready. Let's find some John Wick shit or whatever they have.
That John Wick's right, I think.
Cause I have 2 things to take with me, so maybe we could take some with me in this shit.
Yeah, I already got one, so yeah, let me see if we can find one. We'll find one.
Yo, over here. It looks like they're fighting over there. Yep, I just saw one jump. I'm headed inside, maybe going up top.
You going up top, man? I'm going after them. You gotta change something. I want to see how it works. Oh,
There's 3 on. It's gonna be 3 on 1.
Oh, you're right about that. You're right about that. No. Yeah, I can reload. Shit.
You didn't even check to see if it was 3 on 1. You just went in there and started shooting.
I'm not. You're one. One got chopped up real quick.
You back?
Yeah. This is my last man. Alright.
Why didn't it fucking do this thing? Where are you, motherfuckers?
I'm trying to find him right now, bro.
I'm on top of the roof. Man, we're surrounded right now. I want to move out of this location.
Yeah. I'm fucking dead. There's boxes that's falling from the sky, bro. Check out those boxes. They're falling from the sky.
So my aim is a little fucked up on this stuff for some reason. Care packages is dropping?
Yep, care packages dropping from the sky. I just got one for fucking bottle that can just spray all over the place. No homo.
Pause.
For real. Where are you, bro? Oh, damn. It's just a lot of kids. I'll take that. I'll take that. No, they're the same thing. I don't want that one. It's the same thing. I hate when they do that shit.
Where'd you go? Oh, you over there? I'm coming to you.
I found him.
I'm coming to you. I'm coming
Yep, I
to
see him.
you. Oh, I'm getting shot at. Where?
Good shot.
Yeah. Where?
I don't know. Hold on. Oh, right in front of me, right there. I see him.
Tag him.
Yeah, right there. Oh, shit. I got shot.
I see him over by the building.
I attacked him.
Deadpool's over here too.
I got shot. Oh, they coming. Get away.
Damn. No, Deadpool was too far away. I shouldn't have shot Deadpool. I should have looked for the closest one. That's my bad. Looking for the closest one would have been smarter. And for some reason, the way the target is, it's like it's left. Everything's far left. I gotta figure out how to make that shit shoot straight. You gonna go eat?
You're about to go in the bathroom and then go get some dinner.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Let me get that started and I'm gonna give a call back. Because I'm like, you know, bro.
Yeah, if you want to play again, we'll pop it back on stream.
Alright.
I gotta figure out how to finish that shot. Love you too, bro. Bless.
Don't you feel it to confess? That when I talk to you, oh Cupid walks right through and shoots an arrow through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you fear to confess I loved you from the start. That when I talk to you, oh Cupid walks right through and shoots an arrow through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you fear to confess I loved you from the start.
This feature greatly reduces input lag. Oh my gosh, yes, please. Wait, what the fuck? Low latency. Yes, please. But I don't think I can fix the aim problem. I think I just have to figure that shit out. I sound like a loon, but don't you fear to confess I loved you from the start. That when I talk to fucking Deadpool having a blast. Having a blast. We'll try this shit. We'll try one game solo. It feels weird playing this shit without my boy. Well, this is my first time ever playing solo, like, since it's been out. It's kind of crazy. It's twins. Hey, 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 hey. Last one standing in. Stay in the fight. Jackson butt. these headphones off right quick because I can't hear game. Why the fuck? Why is my aim so ass in this game? Fuck, man, I can't shoot. Oof, let's go. Where you at, motherfucker? Where are these motherfuckers? Oh, I see him. Where did he go? Give me that! Yeah! Oh, that's what I'm talking about. All right, chat. First game ever playing solo. Not bad. Not bad at all. I think it went well. What's this? That's the Sprite guy, cool. I don't know if I did any questing. Yeah, this was when it got tight. I had to be in the smoke to catch him. He was looking for someone coming out of this factory, and I was back here in the woods, in the homes, taking puck shots at people, pushing people in to fight. But the aim still got me, you know? I was feeling really whacked out about the aim. Cool. Let me use the bathroom. I'll be right back, chat.
actually master one of gaming's more complicated play mechanics. So we're going to take a look back in time and explore how web swinging really has evolved. Just to start way back when, to show you how bad and dire things really were, Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage. Remember this game? I mean, maybe some of you do. It was awesome. It's a straightforward, exactly what you expect beat 'em up, and one of the few good games LJN ever actually published. You play as Spider-Man or Venom and you beat up bad guys, but it actually shares one glaring omission with most Spider-Man games of the time: web swinging. You don't actually really web swing in this game. Technically, a lot of these games didn't really need Spider-Man to swing mechanically, like it made sense, you're just on a 2D plane, but things would drastically change for the 3D era. Spider-Man had to start swinging, so we'd get our first real examples of that. In 2000, we got Spider-Man for PS1, developed by Neversoft. Peter Parker has this whole low poly city to kind of explore in the early parts of the game. You'll need to swing from building to building to access the first level. We don't have fully open world areas to explore yet, but we do have swinging around, but it's as basic can be. Spider-Man can swing far above buildings without worrying about his webs actually sticking to anything. We're gonna call this phenomenon sky swinging, where his webs just stick to the clouds. And you're gonna see it a lot. It's a surprisingly common occurrence in these early games. And the swinging is also generally pretty stiff. You've got a stock animation that repeats with no real way to increase momentum, and it's a simple means of conveyance in one of the first 3D Spider-Man games. It's no frills. It's like, hey, look, press the button, now you're swinging. You're just like Spider-Man, right? It works for the game. It worked for the time, because for most of this game, you're actually going to be trapped indoors fighting different villains. But in 2002, Spider-Man arguably leveled up in a really big way. In just 2 short years, we went from the simple polygons to more detailed 3D environments. Spider-Man had to start swinging a lot more because his movies were huge, and this game, based on the first movie, was awesome. It was a movie tie-in game, and it was a mess, yeah, but we loved it. And, to be honest, the game...
Listen, this is an old take, but it wasn't a bad game in my opinion for an old take. You know what I mean? It was okay. It was okay. I'm not mad at it. All right, now I need to. I think I'm just gonna get this because I can get the upgrade and still get the CD. Okay, I remember I have to switch that real quick. Let's put that back on, shall we?
Actually did a good job translating some of the feel of the movie, the campiness, the earnestness to it, with Spider-Man learning to swing around in the opening tutorial section, narrated by actor Bruce Campbell.
Great for you, you're swinging. But sooner or later, you're probably going to want to drop. You can break your web line by pressing the A button.
After a cool tutorial, you're thrown into a kind of open New York City level, and the cracks begin to show. Again here, Spider-Man can swing through the sky attached to nothing. The animation is much better, but still, it's essentially just a flying animation. We can see webs go up in the air, and your character flipping through the sky, and yet it doesn't really have a lot of physical weight to it. This might be a 3D game on the PS2, but we're not getting any real physics simulations here. This was a standard seemingly pretty quickly made action game with some creative flourishes from Treyarch at least. Like I said, the animations are better, the wall climbing feels really good, there's some polish here, and we're starting to see a few more tricks that future developers will actually start to run with. For example, Spider-Man can now web zip on buildings to climb them faster, or launch to specific spots on the walls from the ground. Everything is still a little clunky here, but the game was still fun as hell, especially if you were the right age, and this stuff starts to evolve in a pretty big way. Because then, in 2004, we got the big one, folks. Web swinging was arguably never the same after Spider-Man 2 on the PS2. Treyarch took the formula and expanded it, turning this adaptation of, Sam Raimi's movie into an open-world New York City adventure, forever cementing Spider-Man in that genre, I'd say. Everything else feels restrictive for our favorite wall crawler. He needs an entire Manhattan Island to stretch his webs in, and the actual mechanics got a lot more complex, so Spider-Man's webs actually stick to walls now. You'll feel a surge of momentum when you pendulum from a tall building and launch yourself forward. You can also now run on the side of buildings to keep your momentum. This is the game that made the act of swinging really fun. We had fun in those old games pressing the button and watching the swinging animation, but here is where you finally took control and really felt it. You could ignore the main missions and just swing around the city just for the fun of it. It felt that good. It reinvented web swinging in a way that really hooked people. I mean, you look back at reviews at the time, people raved about the web swinging and really the web swinging only. It actually kind of felt like a natural extension of the extreme sports games of the time. Like there was some depth. Swinging wasn't super easy anymore. You actually had to learn it. And if you learned it, it felt amazing. While Spider-Man was pretty small on screen, the amount he could do is you could shoot multiple webs at one time and yank yourself. You could hold a trigger to put more momentum, more oomph behind your swings. You could hold the jump button and time your release so you could launch yourself even further. The amount of depth here was pretty surprising, and later games actually left me begging for some of these mechanics and the feel of this one in particular. The main game itself, it had its moments. It had a really cool Mysterio bit, it had some good levels, but honestly, the game really blew people's minds in 2004, and it got a reputation for a reason. And I'll say, the runaway success of Spider-Man 2 guaranteed a lot more Spider-Man games, almost yearly releases for the dude. Ultimate Spider-Man dropped a year later. Somehow, Treyarch managed to make another open-world Spider-Man game with like insane crunch conditions, I assume. And you can see the skimping almost immediately, cutting some corners. But let's start with the good stuff, because this is an awesome game. Combat was improved. The new cartoon art style, kind of cel-shaded style, is really distinctive. So this isn't just a copy-paste job from the previous game, even if the web swing is essentially the same. That's not a bad thing. The web swing in Spider-Man 2 was great, so there's no issues. You could do everything you could do in that game. But there was one tiny issue, because you start the game in Queens, a little bit more of a lower area of the city in terms of buildings, and so instead of giant open world areas, you've got multiple smaller maps to explore. It's kind of a notable downgrade from the previous game, even if the web swing feels a little bit more stable and easier to handle in this one. The addition of a useful double jump makes switching directions in midair a lot easier, and the animations were generally smoother, making the web swinging look even more graceful. There's a reason for that, because we didn't actually really go in depth on advanced web swinging. So the reason why some people absolutely loved Spider-Man 2 is because of the advanced web swinging that I kind of touched on. Some of these settings, right? So with the setting turned on, you can manually control both webs at the same time. You'd be able to pull off cool slingshot maneuvers and other fancy web tricks, and this is far, far away from the stock animations of previous games. And it's a lot more advanced. It was also tricky to use and didn't always work perfectly, but it was cut from Ultimate Spider-Man and all the other future Activision Spider-Man games. Then there's Spider-Man 3, the movie game from 2007. This is a very flawed game. It is a jacked up version of kind of what they were doing with Spider-Man 2. Even though it has flaws, myself and a lot of people got a lot of love and nostalgia for this one. But it's got its moments. It's got web swinging. It's got some fun quick time events that you've probably seen go viral online.
Sometimes I just want what I want right now,
Well, with Chase Secure Banking, your direct deposit hits your bank account up to 2 days faster.
2 days?
2 days.
Sick.
It's time to paint the town blue. Discover the new arcane metal posters. Stand for your truth. Or embrace the chaos. Which side will you choose? Official art on metal, with a 3D finish and tool-free mounting. Shop new arcane metal posters only at display.com.
There are some insane cutscenes and QuickTime events, but Treyarch and Beenox were once again the leads on this one, but like the quality drop was huge. The graphics are up to the standard for Xbox 360 and PS3. Sure, it looked awesome. We got this open world Manhattan again. The graphics are better here, and thankfully we've still got momentum-based web swinging and wall running and cool acrobatic moves to add more visual flair. Maybe it's the camera or the speed or the way the character handles with the controller, but something didn't feel quite right in Spider-Man 3. It's hard to explain what they did wrong when it looks visually very close to the previous games. Everything else about this game is worse, but someone at Treyarch at least managed to make the web swing still work, and I think that was the value for this one, even though I knew some of this game had some issues, and the movie at the time, a lot of us complained about it. Swinging around in higher fidelity and better graphics was a lot of fun. Then in 2008, Spider-Man Web of Shadows. Man, this was like a breath of fresh air after Spider-Man 3. We're exiting the movie tie-ins and we're going back to original material, with Spider-Man fighting to save Manhattan from an outbreak of Venom symbiotes. Peter Parker gets to choose good or evil options as you progress through the game. You get to encounter all these cool comic book characters like Luke Cage, Wolverine, you name it. You unlock a fancy black symbiote suit, and you can switch between them on the fly, and most importantly, web swinging is better than ever in Web of Shadows. The physics-based momentum gameplay is back in full force here. It's been tightened up to remove a lot of the jank. You know, webs don't attach to buildings at weird random angles, and you won't be smashing face first into as many walls. Now you can pull off these cool mid-air tricks. You can roll and dive and climb your web line to gain height, or swing on poles in the environment. There's a lot more you can do here, and it just looks so much better. This is the first Xbox 360 era Spider-Man game that just felt right. The environments are still kind of barren compared to modern standards, but Treyarch got the game looking great and running well with fancy little animations to really emphasize Spidey's style. It's a great little game that's also very silly and kind of janked up here and there, but like, we want some comic goofiness from Spider-Man. And honestly, the web swinging mechanics really shine when you have to fight enemies high up in the air. The showdown with Vulture as you swing off of his minions high up in the sky, desperately trying to get a web to attach to him before you plummet back down to the city, that's where this game was truly cooking. Anyway, moving on to Spidey, Beenox hit us with a 1-2 punch of smaller scale Spider-Man games in 2010 and 2011. We had Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, and that's not an open world game. It's a series of levels where you play as an alternate dimension version of Spider-Man. It's cool. You get to see all these different Spideys, and this is like many years before Into the Spider-Verse was a thing for mainstream audiences. So yes, you get to play as Spider-Noir here. It's ridiculously fun, but it's a compressed game. It's shorter, it's quality over quantity. It adds new layers of depth to Spider-Man's sneaking and fighting powers, and it's one of the games that just made Spider-Man fun to play as when you're on the ground. And that's for good reason, because you're mostly not really swinging around much. There is web swinging, but it is simplified even more. You're in small environments. You don't have a huge city to swing around. It's almost back to the PS1 style animation with a stock cycle that repeats after every swing. Look, the developers here had to really choose and focus on what mattered most, and it was really all the other gameplay elements, so it makes sense. And yeah, that was kind of like a thing between Shattered Dimensions and Edge of Time. Really, for all their flaws, still criminally underlooked games. But I say that as a person who's played every Spider-Man thing. Next up, The Amazing Spider-Man from 2012. This is a movie-based tie-in game based on the Andrew Garfield movie, and it once again puts Spidey back in the open world. The developers at Beenox, I think, were really proud of their overhauled swinging system because the camera sticks ridiculously close to this new version of Peter Parker. You'll see every contour of his textured suit. The new animations are like actually really impressive, and the sense of momentum you get from diving from a skyscraper is really cinematic here.
Dr. Smythe is programming his robots to capture all cross species. That may include you.
Whoa! What is that?
This one adds a unique mechanic where you can target direct spots in the environment for Spider-Man to swing or kind of zip directly over to. It's kind of like an auto swing system. It's called Web Rush, and you're going to see more of that kind of in the future as it evolves. I'd say the open world swing at the very least is a step up over previous games in the presentation. You know, you get the simple fun of being Spider-Man, and swinging on skyscrapers is captured really well here. It's actually one of the few things reviewers on the time could agree on. This was actually one of the first games I reviewed early in my career. I was writing for like a blog. The rest of the game was kind of like a movie tie-in game. It was middling. It had its moments. It was kind of fun, but ultimately it was pretty forgettable. But the swinging was really, really simple. There wasn't a lot to it. It was very much just shoot your web, swing, go. Shoot your web, swing, go. But like I said, the animations and the camera angle helps carry a lot of it. Then in 2014, Beenox closed out their time with Spider-Man with another movie tie-in game with Amazing Spider-Man 2. As far as video games go, it's barely a footnote in Spider-Man's lineup of awesome games, but it is worth talking about here. The developers went all the way back to Spider-Man 2, and they actually added the advanced web swinging back in, sort of. To swing around with Spidey here, you'll need to alternate pressing left trigger and right trigger. Each button is assigned to a different hand, so you've got direct control in a way we were kind of missing for a long time. Does this make the game a lot better? It depends on who you ask. If you loved OG Spider-Man 2 and you were desperate for something, just any type of swing that felt even remotely like that, this was a breath of fresh air. At the time, I was happy, like I would take what I could get, you know, but it was still kind of janky and simplified. You would jump infinitely mid-air, the webs would shoot out perfectly sideways sometimes, so you'd miss buildings. It was a messy, glitchy experience that tried to recapture the old magic, and, you know, I got a good couple of hours out of it swinging around, but, you know, too bad this was a late-era Activision game. They weren't about to give Beenox the time or the money that they really needed, but
$3 Pepper Jack Steak Burrito. Now joining the Lutz Value menu with 10 items, each just $3 or less.
Now that I have my degree, I see myself as a stronger person because I've accomplished so much.
It is the year 2022, and a new user on the GTA forums called TeapotTuber Hacker posted links to over 90 files, which took the world by storm. When people took a look at those clips, it was very clear that this was a new game that was being worked on, but people did not believe that this was GTA 6 and thought that this was like a Ubisoft game or something else.
I asked for
GTA 6 after RDR2.
Did you kill him? No, I didn't kill him. Oh, fuck. But I did.
Leak GTA 6.
Oh no!
Everybody was confused until we got this message from Rockstar Games, not only confirming that the leak was true, but forcefully revealing that this footage was of the next Grand Theft Auto installment. Then 1 year went by and Rockstar Games tweeted on November 18th that the month after that was gonna be the 25th anniversary, thanking the fans for all the passion that they had. And with this humbling messaging, CEO Sam Houser ended that thread saying, "We are very excited to let you know that in early December, we will release the first trailer of the next Grand Theft Auto. We look forward to many more years of sharing these experiences with all of you. Thank you, Sam Houser." People were absolutely astonished. They were super happy, dancing like Lance Vance, and then on December 1st, trailer 1 for GTA 6 was officially announced. And then on December 4, again, Rockstar Games got a leak with trailer 1 being uploaded to Twitter saying "Buy BTC." Rockstar Panic uploaded trailer 1 and everybody went wild and absolutely loved this trailer. 500 days later and Grand Theft Auto 6 was delayed to May 2026. But a couple of days later, a full website and trailer 2 got shadow dropped, which took the internet by storm again, and the world was happy for a couple of hours. Then a couple months later, the game got delayed again to November 19 of 2026, which is the current and firm release date. And that brings us to the year of 2026, where the Ultimate Edition was announced. And now we are all caught up until this point where Grand Theft Auto 6 an extended look is coming August 27 on Netflix exclusively at 3 p.m. ET and then to YouTube for everybody to watch at 9 p.m. ET, which is 6 hours later. The goal of today's video is to inform you on what an extended look will look like based on every single piece of info we have gotten before. You're getting a history lesson of what Rockstar has revealed in terms of info per game, and we're gonna do the deepest dive you will see on YouTube about which gameplay features, story beats, places, characters will most certainly be shown and what is less likely to be seen when you click that play button on Netflix. It's a long video, so we have chapters in the description that you can check out. I have spent years researching GTA 6, that's kind of what I do, so you will get the most accurate info right here. Now let's get into what it means for Rockstar to reveal an extended look of Grand Theft Auto 6. The first time they did an extended look, and for a long period of time, they went and did a Game Informer world exclusive, and it started with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. In this case, what happened is that the press went to Rockstar and they watched a demo that they could not touch. They took notes and then they wrote a very long article around screenshots Rockstar supplied. Nobody captured their own footage. So back in the day, this was all hands off, not hands on. These were demonstration and not playing sessions. And so these are this big article with a lot of text about the Golden State, showing off a little bit of San Andreas not being just a city but a state with 3 cities, San Fierro and Las Venturas. It talks about the home of the body bag with all the gang activities that you can do in this. You can see right here it says 4-person drive-bys are some of the cooler features made possible by the improvement to the AI system. And they even show here in Los Santos carjackers are a little bit more forceful than they are in Vice City, and I've actually never seen this animation ever. So you can see that that is a complete work in progress. And as you can see here, the models have changed. So this is, I think, supposed to be Big Smoke and Sweet maybe? I don't even know who this is, so pretty cool to see that back in the day. Now if we go to the next page, it gives us a little bit more features like breaking into the house and doing robberies. You can also see here a teaser of the basketball mini game, which we know will return in Grand Theft Auto 6, of course, because of this little screenshot right here where Jason is throwing the basketball, so actually playing basketball in the screenshot. And of course we know even his house has a basketball hoop right there, so he clearly loves doing that. Coming back to the San Andreas reveal, they also showed that CJ can actually get fat, so I hope this will be also a feature in GTA 6. And then the last page is all about interiors and how they are rendered. It shows bikes being in GTA because that was never the case before that, and it shows how cool the lighting effect is from the police helicopter, which was unthinkable in Vice City and GTA 3. So that is a little bit of the big reveal for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. The next one is Grand Theft Auto 4, also done with Game Informer, including also a very big press release with lots of texts talking about Nico Bellic being the protagonist and the fact that it takes place in Liberty City, again in New York, of course, focusing on the next gen console and the improved everything in this game compared to GTA San Andreas. Similar type of fashion with these screenshots that have its little text right here, Liberty City newly modeled. All screenshots were taken on an Xbox 360 debug unit, so not on the PC, not representative of the final quality of the graphics. And then here an image of Nico Bellic, who they then confirm is an Eastern European immigrant coming to Liberty City to live the American dream, with at the bottom left here the biggest part of the game being delivering a story in new ways and allowing the players to plot their own destiny. Then we got another page right here and you kind of get the gist, right? It is just a lot of pages and a lot of text with some extra little pieces of info in the corners of these screenshots. And for Grand Theft Auto 5, this is the last time they did something big with Game Informer in terms of the GTA and Red Dead Redemption titles, showing off the protagonist right here with, again, a lot of other gameplay features, screenshots, and just a lot of text text showing everything off. They show even a couple of missions right here, but it's actually kind of the same format as they did with all the other Game Informer issues for these Grand Theft Auto titles. The next piece of extended look in visual form, which is the first time they actually did this and popularized the whole format of doing gameplay trailers, was done by Rockstar Games themselves for the Grand Theft Auto 5 official gameplay video. And they basically laid out everything you can do in this game, starting with explaining the world. It opened with a narrator framing the San Andreas state, a sprawling satirical reimagining of the modern Southern California, spanning mountains and oceans, expensive stores and strip malls, urban decay, and untouched wilderness, over sweeping shots covering the whole geographic range in about 40 seconds, which is the first confirmation of how much it wasn't just a city. Then the three protagonists showed up, and the video explained how the three-character system would work, including each man's special ability. And then we had the character switching that was also introduced right there, with a Earth-style zoom, except for missions where they were close. Of course, there also was the heist system that was then introduced, which is the mainline system of the game, which showed that players can actually choose their approach. And then we also got basically everything else, which had a rapid montage of the non-crime layer, the car customization with paint jobs, golf, tennis, skydiving, cycling, yoga, hunting deer, scuba diving, etc. And of course, at the end, it gave us a teaser of Grand Theft Auto Online, which later then also got a gameplay trailer, but that was after release. Then for Red Dead Redemption 2, we got a gameplay trailer that was entirely captured from in-game footage presented in 4K, pre-announced days ahead. And so for GTA 6, of course, we got almost 3 weeks to prepare for this coming out on Netflix. But with Red Dead Redemption 2, the narration set out the ambition of the game directly. A living world that isn't simply open, but deeper, more interactive, and more detailed than before, capturing the moment when the age of the outlaws ended. And it showed off a lot of stuff. It showed off the camp system as a hub, so the gang relocates and rebuilds the camp. Members eat, sleep, do chores, and play games, and you gather food and supplies to keep morale up while getting to know them over time. A genuinely unusual thing to lead a gameplay trailer reveal with no shooting for the first minute and a half, because in a Red Dead game you would expect to have shooting and doing crimes, but a lot of this gameplay trailer in particular doesn't really show the action of everything. It shows the quiet moments that are being focused on for this game. And of course, if you've played Red Dead Redemption 2, you will know that this is a very slow game where you just kind of chill in the world and take everything in slowly. It is then in the second half that it gets more actiony, where they do show that guns are not the only way to engage. You can hail a passing rider, or you can talk yourself into or out of trouble with a local person right there. Even with the cops, you can convince them to just not go after you. Again, showing that this world is way deeper than just a random third-person shooter. And of course, it also showed off the bond you have with your horse and how important that is for the gameplay itself. Of course, there's also some weapon reveals and how this system works, which is very cool. And then they do something that they've never done before in gameplay trailers, which is saying that there is gonna come another gameplay trailer, which is gameplay trailer part 2. And that is the one that showcases the most about action, doing heists, and all that other type of stuff. And that one came out 3 weeks ahead of launch. And this was the payoff half for everybody waiting, where they now can see all the cool action that was going on, starting with this train robbery right here. And there were also encounters with rival gangs and outlaws evading lawmen, plus the new and expanded Deadeye system. And again, this was all entirely in-game footage, which also focused on how the game pulls you into missions and activities organically rather than through menus. And then at the end of the trailer, something nobody really expected was the first-person reveal, which was a cool little feature. I don't think a lot of people really use this, but it is so cool, and I definitely think it's going to be in GTA 6. Maybe we'll see a little bit of that in the extended look. Right now, let's look at what we can expect for the GTA 6 expanded look now that we have all the information about the history of Rockstar Games' info drops in a big exclusive look. Let's start compiling what we know. So before predicting the content, it's worth locking this down. It premieres on Netflix August 27th.